Hey guys, thanks for joining us here for the round 11 review. Well, actually, you're not joining us, you're joining me. Andy's not here today because I'm going to take a shot at him here. He's lazy and claims that he can't spend 15 minutes doing this. So, for the fans, I've come here and I'm happy to do it for you guys. And so, we'll go through and bag Andy a little bit in today's video. So obviously on the screen here we have Andy's team as he scored the least between the two of us this week, which is just awesome. It's very nice. So we'll just run through his team quickly. He brought in Bartel this week, so he copied me with his trades in the end. So pretty good scores from him, Vince and Shaw. But then obviously disappointing scores from D and Ruggles, who was playing for Mills. Then into his midfield, Danger, Stephen and Lewis, solid scores. Hunter, well, that was an amazing score. Didn't watch much of the game, but he tore it up and he made up for Zaharakis' lack of score since he only got 26, which is very disappointing for Andy, but not for me. And then obviously you have George Hewitt, who got injured in the first quarter, got a lovely head knock, concussed, something like that, and only got 10 points. Then in the rucks, Gorn, it's better than his massive score than a low score, so you'd take that. And then Stephen Martin finally had a plus 70 score since Trent West has been in the team. In his forward, Nick Revolt, we're not really sure what happened there either, just had a bad game, although he was getting his knee looked at either today or yesterday or the day before even, and we haven't heard anything about that yet, so there's a strong possibility he might be injured. Zorko, Barlow and Kerridge, I'm sure Andy would be very, very happy with those scores. Dugowie basically got his average, and then Ryan Davis was very good once again. On his bench, he picked up Jared Jansen this week, which he got a good return for. And then obviously Mason Cox had a solid game. Up to his score now. He got 2,040 and he moved down 600 spots to just be ranked outside the top 6,000. So Andy will look to try and get back in the top 5,000 this week. And then, hopefully he can just put a better total together than what he did this week. Anyway, we'll move to my team now. The same three starting defenders as Andy with Shaw, Vince and Bartel. We both brought in Bartel this week. Harwood I was very pleased with, but he didn't do really anything for the last quarter, which he seems to do every now and then. And then Trengrove as my emergency for Callum Mills. It's the reason why I benched him, because I knew he wouldn't score very well. Into my midfield, very, very happy with the midfield. As you can see, only one player scored below 100, and that was Clayton Oliver with a very disappointing 57. Apart from that, I had Danger, Lewis, Hanbury, and Albert all scoring very solid. Pendles with a great score, and obviously Rockcliffe with his massive 180, which he predicted himself. I'm a little disappointed because I almost captained him, but since he was versing Carlton, and they've been pretty restrictive lately, that was the reason why I didn't. And then obviously I brought in Connor Blakely for Taylor Adams this week, and I was very, very happy with 108 from him. So, and he wasn't faring too well either. He was on 17 halfway through the second quarter, finished the half on 30, and he just had a massive third quarter with 48 points, and then almost just as good last quarter. And then obviously I have the same rucks as Andy. In my forward line, it was a disappointing week. Montagna, he had 21 halfway through the first quarter, so I didn't really like that. Hull, I've got no idea what was going on there. Then Barlow and Kerridge had very good scores. Petrarca had a solid score, and Ryan Davis, like Andy, was very, very, very good. that was a good overall score for my forward, apart from those two bad scores from my premiums that I expected more from. Then on my bench, I had Josh Smith, who has now gained defender status, but we'll talk about that a bit later. And then obviously Mason Cox. Up to my score, 2,247, and my overall rank went up 8,000 spots to 23, mid-2300s. And I'm actually a little disappointed in my score because I feel I should have got close to 2,400. Rocky's captain would have got me an extra 60 points, put me into 2,300. If Mills was playing, that's probably an extra 10 points. I had Oliver, who got 50, who should have got a little bit more. Hall should have got 90 or above, and same with Montagna. But I'll take that and go into this week's round, hoping that I can get that score again and move into the top 20,000. As for trades, at the moment, I am going to move Smith into my defence and downgrade Ruggles to Jared Jansen, and then upgrade Connor Menadue to Chad Wingard. I have been looking at Sammy Mitchell lately. He could be a good option. He's nice and cheap now, 460k, but because of my buy around structure, I might have to wait till after his buy on him. Over to Andy's trades. Well, if you're going to zone out in any time in this video, it's now, because every time he says his trades on our video, he tends to change them. So he'll say something on the video and then he'll change them 10 times throughout the rest of the week, and you'll have no clue what's going on. But at the moment, his trades are D down to Collins from Fremantle, and then he's going Hewitt up to Sam Mitchell. Since I've been told of those trades, they've probably changed. But that's as much as I could tell you for now, and I like those trades. So Monday afternoon, it was time again to introduce some more DPPs, and this is obviously very exciting. It's a great time of the year. 3 times a year we get it, and so it's a good chance to bring in someone from the midfield who'd hopefully get defender or forward status. I'm just going to quickly run through the DPPs. You probably already know of them, but I'll just give a quick run through of them anyway. Jackson Trengrove has now got ruck to be defender ruck. Fantasia has now got forward. Jack Martin's now got defence, both defender forwards. Guthrie, Pierce Hanley and Josh Smith have all added defence to now be all defender mids. Jack Billings has added mid to now be a forward mid. And Ben Keys and Isaac Smith have both added forward to be forward mids. So for Josh Smith and Ben Keys, that could be pretty handy to just swap in between those positions. So that allows you to do a bit more downgrades and just have a bit more flexibility with your teams. And the only premiums there that I would consider getting would be Isaac Smith or Cam Guthrie. For my forward, I wouldn't look at getting Isaac Smith because I think there are better options around his price or below his price. And my forward line is very good at the moment, and it's not an area that I need fixing. But if you like him, then I reckon it would be a good trade. And Cam Guthrie, he's a very solid option down in defence. He's not an expensive defender either. I think he's only 450k, something like that. And so to get him into your defence just as a solid option to consistently score 90s every week could be very handy. So there is the DPPs for this time round. Obviously we have to wait 6 more weeks to get them in, to get some more in, and so obviously we'll be hanging around waiting for that to happen, because that will be very exciting, and it'll be interesting to see who gets some DPP added. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you loved watching Andy's crappy score this week, especially with that 26 and that 10 in there. And also that 35. Don't forget that 35 from Ruggles. I look forward to seeing you guys next week back with Andy, hopefully. So take care, guys.